apologies for all the delays, starting half an hour late. Okay. So, Matthias is definitely the favorite to win this matchup. He's about 4/10 off the world record. Climate having a time about 35 to 40 seconds slower. But, as we saw in the other Winners Round 3 match, that sometimes doesn't matter. Sometimes the underdog wins. But Climate is going to need some pretty hefty luck, both good on his end and bad on Matthias's end. But plenty of RNG to actually make that happen, so certainly not a foregone conclusion. And yeah, Climate getting a shroom on lap 1 and on lap 2. Gets it a little late though, so he's going to save it for lap 3. See there, Matthias actually catching up quite a bit of time on lap 2. I'm going to use the shroom through the grass at the end here, and will actually intentionally hit the wall, which hopefully will give him a mystery boost, is what we call it. And he's going to come across the line about a second ahead of Matthias. So yeah, if Climate can continue that kind of luck, got 2 shrooms on the first track, so things are starting off well. So Moo Farm, the worst track in the game. Players will probably be playing a little bit safer than they would in time trials though, so avoiding all the moles instead of risking them. Moles are random, as most people will know. Me versus Climate winners final? That'd be pretty great, not gonna lie. I'm actually really hoping for that. It'd be kind of amazing. Oh, Matthias hits a mole. So Climate pulling out even more of a lead now. I'm having a bit of trouble with the fence. The uneven ground on this track will sometimes just pull your cart over into places where you never intended to go. Gaining almost another 2 seconds on that track. It seemed from the first track that Climate's menuing was a bit better as well. Got to the next track a little bit further ahead. So on this track, at the end of each lap, both players will be trying for the item manipulation glitch. At the end of the lap, there's a polygon that's mapped badly, so if you select your item on that polygon... Ooh, Climate's struggling a bit to get into the tunnel, that was a bit sketchy. But yeah, the game will think you're in 8th place very briefly while you're on that polygon. See Climate hit the crab. So I was unable to get it. Matthias gets a star though, so he's actually going to be pretty much gaining back all the time he'd lost before. Just from that 1 star, it does save about 2 seconds. And he gets a shroom on the back of it as well. So now Matthias looking like he's actually taken the lead. Matthias hits the crab this time, and Now it's reversed. Climate gets the triple shrooms. That'll save him a good amount of time, and Matthias only gets triple reds. So Climate back into the lead. Ooh, Climate. Some sketchy tunnel jumps here, but makes it on all 3 laps. And we'll finish the race back in the lead. But loses about 1.5 seconds, no, 2 seconds to Matthias on that track. Neither player getting lightninged off the ramp like we've seen a couple times in this tournament so far. We'll see what the players go for. I'm going to assume Climate is not going to go for the train gap, but Matthias has been. He has been going for it in this tournament. You can actually make it in between the train cars on the train. It's a bit of a tight squeeze, but it is actually easier on 150cc than it is in time trials because you're going faster. He's getting a shroom as well, that'll help a lot. We'll go for the train gap if it's available. Yeah, it does look like he's going for it. Yeah, he doesn't make it though. Probably needed to go for the car behind rather than that one, but it's almost impossible to adjust for that. You kind of need to just pick a car and go through that one. If you try to change which car you're going for in the middle of it, you're just gonna end up going for neither and hit the train. Yeah, I think Climate he's not gonna beat the train lap 3, so he's gonna have to wait for it. It probably would have been better to save that shroom for lap 3. Which is actually what Matthias is doing, even though he should actually beat the train. Yep, he does. So Matthias back into the lead, and he gets Banana Bunch for lag reduction. Zooming out the camera does reduce lag. I'm with a very tight reset there. That might have been like a frame perfect reset. Matthias's reset button also broke while I was setting up the stream, so he's actually using the power switch, which is slightly slower. Yeah, the reset button, just as he was going to warm up after we'd gone live, his reset button stopped working. Toad's Turnpike, really just an MT spam kind of track. The cars have been an issue for some people in the tournament. But yeah, hopefully these players can just get through them nice and easy. There are some particularly bad spots, especially at the end of lap 2. There's some tanker trucks that if you're on awkward pace, they are very close together. No, I think most of us have hit a car at some point. I definitely did in at least one of my races. I hit a car. You can see their Climate hitting a banana on Bowser there. This track particularly, the CPUs seem to just cheat a lot, and the rubber banding keeps them with you for some reason. You can kind of break the rubber banding a little bit and get far away. Ooh, Climate coming very close to that truck. Makes it through safely though. Matthias has got some protection with those shells from the CPU items, but Hasn't brought them out yet. There is a bit of, if you have triple shrooms and you're around some cars, it can actually create quite a bit of lag to bring the shells out, so maybe he's just waiting to see if he actually needs them before bringing them out to save some lag. And he finishes with a 2:23, a very solid time. Climbed with a 2:25, not bad. Yeah, he did get trolled a little bit by items on that one. Saw there was a fake item box in his way he had to avoid. Loses a surprising amount of time to have to change your line to get around an item. One, because you're just taking an unoptimal line, but also because you're not emptying while you're doing that. Not 2 seconds worth, obviously, but wow, Matthias getting a shroom right away. Very lucky from him. This is not the kind of luck that Climate needs from Matthias. He needs bolts, not shrooms. Matthias gets stuck on the far side of the hill a little bit, but I think overall probably still saved time with that shroom. I mean, you know, if Matthias wants to save all his bad luck for when he races me, as he gets another shroom. Whoa, lots of bananas on the start-finish line there for Matthias. Oh my god, he got a shroom on all 3 laps. And Climate hits an unavoidable fake item box. That was in a horrible place. CPU's really trolling him with that. Oh, Matthias shrooms into a snowman. $140.80. So Climate losing about 2 seconds on that track again. Just would have been much more if Matthias hadn't hit that snowman. Kind of insane luck to get a shroom on all 3 laps on this track. Shroom saved quite a bit on this track as well. Climate now getting a shroom. Maybe the luck is turning his way a little bit. Matthias gets a boo though, so we'll see. Looks like he's going to save it for one of the tighter parts of the track. Hopefully avoid some items from the CPUs. Actually a bit surprised Climate didn't use his shroom out at the end of the fence section there, or what is normally the fence section. Try for another shroom before turn 1, but perfectly fair to use your shroom on turn 1. You can see Matthias using that boo to make sure those boulders aren't a problem like they were for Climate. That is the exact reason why Matthias saved his boo there. Those boulders on lap 2 can be in some pretty bad places if your pace is a little off. Climate in second though, maybe he can get a star or a gold shroom or something. Gets a banana bunch, of course. Matthias with a very clean Choco, which is not what Climate needed. Toad driving into a wall. Oh, and then the game gives him a troll shroom at the end. So we'll see if Matthias can get the item manipulation on Mario Raceway. There's a specific path you have to take, and if you take that path and trigger your item while you're driving on the pipe at the end of the lap, it looks like he's not going for it. Maybe he's going for the second or third place. No, he's not. Oh, he gets bolted as well. So didn't go for the item manipulation and gets bolted. That's one. That's and Climatee gets triple shrooms. Matthias spins out. So Climatee going for the mushroom cut. See, he should actually save a decent amount of time on Matthias on this track. Shrooms save quite a bit on this track. Yeah, you can cut through a bit of the grass through the trees. There's a certain point you have to be to the left of, but you can cut through the trees and still get the 8th place item. Oh, did he go for the second or third place one? Never mind. I was watching Matthias. I didn't see which path Climatee went through. Yeah, if you go on the left side of the pipe, you can take the fastest route around and get a second or third place item if the CPUs are fast enough. It only works on lap 1 though, because the CPUs have to be far enough along the track for you to actually be in second or third place. So on lap 2, if you're going to go for it again, you have to do the path around the left side. You did the quicker one? Alright, my mistake. Happened to be watching Matthias at the time. So, Wario Stadium. This track, super long, and because of that, the top players have times that are way better than us mere mortals. Because it's long and also very technical, so just the time gaps on this track are way wider than any other track. But RNG can always happen. CPUs decide to bolt you just before the ramp. You know, anything can happen. And by anything, I mean Matthias getting shrooms. Because, you know, of course. Actually, kind of surprised Matthias didn't save that shroom for one. Well, never mind. Never mind. So that is the normal place to be using a shroom on this track. And what the? What is going on? Climatee tumbles on the shroom spot. Goes a bit too tight on the wall. This track, it's rare to get one shroom on this track because you get so few items. Because they're kind of out of the way, and Matthias has got 3, and he's not even done lap 2 yet. Chucks those bananas way off into the distance. It's kind of crazy how many shrooms Matthias has gotten this run. What we're going to need now, we're going to need, you know, Matthias can keep getting all this good luck, but, you know, all it has to do is turn on him on Bowser's Castle and Yoshi Valley and Banshee Boardwalk, and probably a bit on Rainbow Royal Raceway as well. You know, if his luck completely turns around on all those tracks. Yeah, Climatee has actually been getting quite a few shrooms as well. And Matthias did get bolted, yeah. That is the thing, one bolt wipes out like 6 shrooms. Because shrooms don't save a huge amount of time on all tracks. There's a couple tracks where they save a huge amount of time, and then there's other tracks where they don't save a ton. Yeah, it's always nice when you get a shroom after any of the good spots, and you just kind of have to improvise where you're using it. So Sherbertland, the penguins are on a cycle, but as soon as you hit something, those cycles are off, of course. So, see, I don't know what the hell just happened to Matthias, to his feed there. Yeah. Press play on the task? I think you mean press stop on the task, don't you? Because, I mean, how many more shrooms do you want? Both players avoiding the penguin. The penguin on lap 2 is the only one that's really a problem in the cave for the pace that they're at. Climate had a little better go of it. Matthias kind of banged into the walls a bit, but not hitting the penguin is priority 1. Climate getting a double of the worst item you can get, which is the banana bunch. Doesn't speed you up and is distracting to try to get rid of all of them. Especially if you don't get you get them on lap 1 or 2, because you have to get rid of them in a place that's not going to screw you over on the next lap. Very similar times there. It's a nice clean race from Climate. Yeah, the swag ending into the water. So Royal Raceway, another one where shrooms actually do save quite a bit. And then this hill jump that Climate just did is probably the most important part on the track. You can lose quite a bit of time if you get hung up on that hill. These zippers as well, they act just like a shroom, so it is actually better to drift and do an MT off of them. Matthias not bouncing on landing. You can kind of control that a bit by jumping at a good time off the ramp in 150cc. Both players not bouncing, which is good. Climate gets a mushroom, so see him cut through the grass just before the ramp. Ooh, but he combos into two bananas and manages to not spin out on either. CPU's being very rude. You also see Climate shooting his green shell backwards there. If you shoot a green shell backwards, even if it makes it all the way back around to you on the next lap and you hit it, it will just go straight through you. Can't hit you, and the game keeps trolling Climate with his items. Gets a boo. There is a 8th place item glitch at the finish line if you get a boo on this track, but obviously it's lap 3, so he's not getting it. Climate bounces at the end of the ramp. Yeah, it is on Yoshi Valley, but the one on Yoshi Valley's way off-road, so nobody ever goes for it. It's much more worth it to use a boo to go through the spinies than it is to try for an item. There is also actually one on Choco Mountain, but you have to tumble on the wall to get it, so if you don't get an item, it really screws you. I don't think anyone's ever actually done it intentionally. I've only seen someone do it by accident. Ooh, Matthias into a thwomp. So now the cycles are all off for him. He's actually, unless he's memorized the cycles for where they are after you get thwomped. But the cycles will be off to what he's used to, and now he's going to have to adapt to what he's seeing rather than just automatically going to one side. This is definitely one of those tracks where it could be a great equalizer in the race if things go really bad for Matthias, which they have been known to go insanely bad. You see the CPUs leaving some items. Oh, but Climate hitting a thwomp and then shrooming and almost spinning out. Almost hitting another thwomp. Ooh, almost hitting the wall into the lava as well. Just barely surviving through that. Yeah, it does help lag reduction quite a bit on this track, but I'm kind of the same mentality. Zooming out the camera is just going to make me hit a thwomp, so I tend not to hold on to them. Oh, Matthias spinning out at the bottom of the stairs, really through no fault of his own, honestly. Those stairs are just kind of rough sometimes. Comes across, finishes Star Cup. Just Special Cup left to go. Still plenty of room for things to go horribly wrong on the rest of these. Special Cup is definitely pretty rough. The first 3 tracks at least. Lots of things can go wrong. And then if you're certain people, things can go pretty wrong on Rainbow Road as well. But most people aren't going to fall off the track there. So Matthias playing it pretty safe on the jump. Being ahead, he doesn't need to take very many risks. Climate hitting himself with a shell on the ramp there. It's an unusual mistake. I wonder if maybe his finger slipped off of the Z button or something and he didn't mean to throw it just there. So mushrooms are really good on this track, obviously. You can cut a huge amount of the track, but as you can see, Matthias holding the fake item box and now the banana. Lag reduction on this track is huge. Climate getting another shroom. Oh, he threw trips? Okay, I was looking at Matthias again. Every time something goes bad on Climate's screen, I happen to be looking at Matthias. But yeah, lag reduction on this track is huge. If you're holding a banana from the first item box to the end, I believe it saves about 4 seconds over no lag reduction at all. It's honestly better than getting a single shroom. Climate not getting much lag reduction, but he's getting lots of shrooms, so at this point I'm actually not sure who's come out ahead on the time saves in RTA. In-game time, Climate will have a much better in-game time. Or well, I guess he did get hit by the shell, so maybe not. Gets the nice lag reduction though to end the race. The lag reduction actually continues through the results screen here, so they'll both hold the Z button all the way through the results. Yeah, this Calamari Desert, Yoshi Valley as well, at the beginning of the lap, if you're holding a banana, is quite a lot of lag reduction. Yeah, it's true. In time trials, NTSC the lag is can sometimes be a bit helpful, but it does also have a habit of dropping some inputs. Matthias with another mushroom as he goes over the hairpin jump. That is considered non-shortcut in this game. I wonder if Climate being behind will decide to take the risk and go to the left side, or if he'll just play it safe and hope Matthias makes some mistakes. Yeah, playing it safe. Don't blame him. Lots of things can still happen. One bolt on a place where there's no railing. The fall is a very long fall before Lakitu comes and gets you on this track. Avoiding the egg. Now, I agree with the play. Lap 2, the Spinies are in too horrible a position. Matthias gets another shroom. Doesn't try at lap 3 either. Also, if you're not used, if you don't practice doing left side, then you're just kind of guessing at where the Spinies are. So like someone like me who never does it would be just kind of suicide to do it in a race. Like, it's not worth it, because I'm always going to hit a Spiny because I don't know where they are. I don't know what Climate does normally, but I wouldn't be surprised if he plays it safe usually. Agreed. Best course. In time trials. Kinda sucks in 150cc. The CPUs love to put items on the zigzag and right on your landing off of that little jump there. Also, there's no bats in time trials. Oh, Climate falls into the water. Gets a shroom, but yeah. Things kind of going from bad to worse. Gets triple reds as well from the 8th place item. He should still be down the order by the next items. Hopefully he can get something good here. Gets a star, that'll help him out. Matthias, of course, gets a shroom, though. Climate getting triple shrooms as well. Right into a banana, just as his star ends. Oh, gets caught up on the fence, and it sends him into the water again. Climate gonna need to avoid doing that again. He might not might not finish in 4th or better if he continues like that. DK! DK! Oh my god. And then he almost hit himself with a green shell as well. Matthias with another shroom. Has he gotten like 5 on this track? I've been watching Climate. What? He got one on the last box too. He got one to end the race as well. Oh, Wombo combo for Climate. Has not been a good Banshee boardwalk for him. Oh, and he hits another fake item box. CPU's being extremely rude to him. Does finish 3rd though, so gets to continue. Meanwhile, Matthias hits a chomp to start Rainbow Road. Very unusual mistake, I'd say. Maybe forgetting a bit that in 150cc that chomp's in the way. In time trials, you do go to the inside. But in 150cc, you're always going to have to go to the outside pretty much. Oh, and Climate gets bolted. Matthias gets a boo, so he's safe from some chomps. Wow. And yeah, Climate using the spin out strats hits his own banana after the bolt because when you're spinning out, that's a set speed whether you're big or small, and when you're small, it's actually faster than the normal driving speed. It's not the first time Climate's used that strat on in this tournament. Matthias with another shroom. Avoiding the items that the CPUs have left. They on this track, the CPUs really only leave items on that first track, and then or on that first turn and a little straightaway, and then sometimes they'll leave them on this spiral here, and then other than that, the rest of the lap, they really don't put any items down. But if you accidentally hit a shortcut, I mean, I think it would be pretty hard to accidentally hit a shortcut, to be honest, but if you did, I mean, forfeit, I guess. I mean, you did a shortcut, so. Maybe if you waited around so that the CPUs pass you or something like that, I don't know. Yeah, VA is a little different because it's 4-player versus, so you can just, the rule is if you accidentally shortcut, then you have to wait till you're 4th place. But it's kind of hard to do in this format. Someone shelled him into a shortcut. Wow. So Matthias on lap 3 of the longest, most boringest track in the game gets another shroom. How many is that on this? I haven't been keeping track on Rainbow Road, how many that is. Well, King of Koopa, in this game, the CPUs don't throw shells, so if you get hit by a shell, it's your own shell. So yeah, maybe you can accidentally hit a shell and jump over the wall, but it was you, not the CPUs, who threw it. Yeah, accidentally. I mean, you can do it on purpose pretty easily, so wouldn't need to do it on that by accident. Or wouldn't need the shell. You could just jump and say, oops. Tia's coming across the line with a 39.10. Very solid from him. Of course, the 500 shrooms did help. But that is also 2 seconds faster than Climate's PB. So Climate would have needed quite a hefty run to be able to best that, but yeah, he also got some pretty terrible luck throughout this run, to be fair. And he's still going to come across with a 39.45. Yeah, still a very solid run, honestly, with all that bad luck and all those. He fell off Banshee Boardwalk twice and still got a 39.45. So driving extremely well outside of the bad luck and those couple mistakes. So yeah, I think it probably was a 44, honestly. It looked like it to me too. Now to remove the game shark, yeah. So yeah, well, that seems to be a preview for my next match. If Matthias gets that kind of luck again, I've got no chance. Because I now have to play Matthias in the winners semifinal coming up next in the tournament. So yeah, looking like I'm gonna get knocked down to the losers bracket unless I get unless lightning strikes twice for me, almost literally. I can weather tanko. I've tried 150cc weather tanko. It's like impossible. I don't know how Abney's done it. It'd be kind of interesting if like what we did in the the time trial league, where you can call one shortcut track per match. Just do the same thing. Have both players choose one track that you can do shortcut. Yeah, winner of me and Matthias will be in the grand final, and then whoever wins the losers bracket will face them in the grand final. So we're coming up to the business end of the tournament for sure. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Congrats again to Matthias. Sorry for all the issues getting started late, tech issues once we started. It's all a bit of a mess, but it was an entertaining race anyways. That's the important thing. So yeah, thanks for watching. Follow those links that have been posted in chat. Keep an eye out on us for more races on SpeedGaming. And we'll see you guys later.